Peace to you all. My name is Saba Ahmed. I'm a law student at American University. I am here to ask you a simple question. I know that we portray Islam and all Muslims as bad, but there's 1.8 billion Muslim followers of Islam. We have 8 million plus Muslim Americans in this country, and I don't see them represented here. But my question is, how can we fight an ideological war with weapons? How can we ever end this war? The jihadist ideology that you talk about, it's an ideology. How can you ever win this thing if you don't address it ideologically?
I guess we should just acquiesce. Welcome to Gimme 5. Heritage Foundation held a symposium, a forum on Benghazi. This woman interjected Muslims, and what about the good Muslims? And Brigitte Gabriel, my hero. I love Brigitte Gabriel. Watch.
There are 1.2 billion Muslims in the world today. Of course, not all of them are radicals. The majority of them are peaceful people. The radicals are estimated to be between 15 to 25%, according to all intelligence services around the world. That leaves 75% of them peaceful people. But when you look at 15 to 25% of the world Muslim population, you're looking at 180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. That is as big of the United States.
That's absolutely right. All right, that sets the stage, puts in context what she's going to elaborate on. Watch.
So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill. Because it is the radicals that behead and massacre. When you look throughout history, when you look at all the lessons of history, most Germans were peaceful. Yet the Nazis drove the agenda. And as a result, 60 million people died. Almost 14 million in concentration camps. 6 million were Jews. The peaceful majority were irrelevant.
That is a brilliant, brilliant point. Now, if the majority is 99% that are peaceful, and you have 1%, and you're not talking about 1% of 1.5 billion or 1.8 billion, then it's a different story. If you're talking about a handful of people, but when you're talking about these numbers of Muslims that they allege here are not peaceful or that support jihad and terrorism and participate, she's right. Look at Germany, and there's more.
When you look at Russia, most Russians were peaceful as well. Yet the Russians were able to kill 20 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at China, for example, most Chinese were peaceful as well. Yet the Chinese were able to kill 70 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Japan prior to World War II, most Japanese were peaceful as well. Yet Japan was able to butcher its way across Southeast Asia, killing 12 million people, mostly killed with bayonets and shovels. The peaceful majority were irrelevant.
There you go. Brilliant point. Brilliant point. More.
On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. So for all our powers of reasons and us talking about moderate and peaceful Muslims, I'm glad you're here. But where are the others speaking out?
I got to tell you, I've never heard it presented like this before. And she caught heck for this. They attacked her. The left attacked her. How dare she speak to that Muslim woman this way? What'd she say? That's rude or inconsiderate. She was making perfect sense, alarming sense, if you ask me. More.
It is time we take political correctness and throw it in the garbage where it belongs and start calling it fair.
Brigitte Gabriel is absolutely 100% correct in her analogy. The Germans, the Russians, the Chinese, majority of those people were good people. Look what happened. Took 17, 18 hijackers, and look what they did to this country. So the majority being peaceful doesn't matter. On the Steve Malzberg Show.